Hello, welcome to Executive Summary and Strategic Planning for TJX Company by Sukunrat Perkins. The TJX Company is the world-leading price of apparel and home fashion retailer. So now we have operating over 4,900 stores across the 9 countries around the world. So the TJX company dominating price of retail by company have a strong financial and sales growth. In the first quarter of 2024, it is increased by 6%. It's up to 12.5 billion. So the sale is up by 3% of the overall 2024 year. The company have a substantial growth in the X and home good. Because of that, so company have overall strong store selling growth. So, and also the company have the treasure hunt experience and traffic. What does this mean is the treasure hunt is key driven for the TJX to have a successful treasure hunt shopping experience for the customer, which keep customer return to find constantly changing and branding and merchandise up to 20 to 60% less than department store. This is what makes TJX successful on the sale. And for the market position and expansion, TJX is operates over 5,000 stores across the 9 countries, and it is expanding footprint and aiming for more additional of like over 1,800 stores. Also, the company is outperforming competitors. In 2024, we can compare the TJX own chains like Marshall, TJ Maxx, maintained a high growth of 5.3% and 5.9%. In this economic environment, where the consumer is tightening up the budget, TJ Maxx really outperforming competitors. Also, strategic sourcings. What does that mean is over 21,000 global vendors. TJX have ability to purchase overstock of unable to sell products and high quality inventories. In this case, it means like apparel, home, and give the company have a distinct product from other competitive. Well, let's talk about TJX company's company overview. The company had founded in 1956. The headquarters was in Framingham, Massachusetts. The portfolio of this company is company include TJ Maxx, Marshall, Home Goods, Sierra, and Winners. Each of those stores have their own unique products. Also, the company have employs over 340,000 associates globally. And in 2024, the revenue existing $54 billion. That is a high increase of the retail company. So let's continue talking about the company overview. So because the company is open operated by segment, like the X is by US TJ Maxx and Marshall, and for the US is Home Good and TJ Maxx is in Canada, and TJX in international, which is expanded to Europe and Australia, and it expect to be open in Spain as well. So the business model of the company is utilize the treasure hunt shopping experience with rapidly change inventory sources from over 200,000 vendors. This is what make the company success in the treasure hunts and being competitive, top competitive of the other retail company. Let's look at the company financial performance highlight. So as we know that in 2024, the annual revenue growth in hitting the $54 billion, and it is consistency strategic trajectory grow. And in the net income margin, we have a net income margin of 8.3%, outpacing industry average. The company have strong free cash flow generating enable of shareholder return at this point. Let's dive in deeper on the company financial performance highlight. The key financial highlight is a revenue sale total net grow to the 60 billion and is expected to be 7% increase over the year. Profitable adjusted gross margin was going to be 31%, and the adjusted pre-tax margin is going to be 11.7% up. So earnings adjusted dilute is for EPS for the full year for 26, it's going to be expect to be 4.73 and it is expected to be increased 11% from the previous year. Cash flow position, the company generated 6.9 billion in the operation cash flow, and it finished in the year with the expect to finish in the year with 6.2 billion in cash. So shareholder return, the return we're gonna look at the 4.3% billion for shareholder, which is comprised of the 2.5 billion share buyback to stock and 1.8 billion in dividends. Dividend increase then. So it's announced that 13% increase. Quarterly dividend is going to be 0.48 cent per share. So the expansion, the main company have cash enough to expand. So to do expansion, the plan is to add approximately per year going to be in the 26 going to be 146 net store. So in a long-term goal, the company want to open for 5,300 store worldwide. So in the term of operational marketing performance, the TJ Maxx and Marshall remain the primary growth diverse and with strong, consistent, comparable sales growth. For the customer base, the company reported that it is attract new shoppers across the country of the operation. Overall, the overlook of the company is while the performance was strong, management provide more conservative guidance for the coming year, balancing high growth with the market caution. So we're going to take a look at the price of advantage program that they have. So because of the price of advantage, that means the treasure hunt shopping experience dive repeated visit to the store. So when we talk about like price cut off, it's going to be between 20 to 60% below the normal price on the market and the store price. So that dive in more customer to the store. And the model of the price treasure hunt is gonna be like flexible buy model, capitalize on vendor overstock, and it is lower inventory risk through the opportunities purchasing. So we're gonna continue on the price of the off-price advantage. So when we talk about price of advantage, it's buying strategy opportunities, the searching of the close out store, overrun the store, department store that surplus allow the rapid in season inventory shift. So operating model gonna be a minimal consistency pricing, no or few coupon sale, reduce overhead while the flexible store layout allow the quick change to the product categories. What is the scale and scope? It is a target global off-price apparel, home fashion, retail. TJX leverage its scale for better vendor relationship and the global sourcing. So on the term of the consumer apparel, So the treasure hunt experience really constantly changing brand name, merchandise, dive high repeat foot traffic into the store. So what it is give company resilience. The resilience is the model thrive during the economic downturn as it helps shoppers seeking value without sacrificing the quality and they save more money in their pocket. So the TJX is building up global brand portfolio. What does it mean for the global one? So in the local US and the American continent area, it's gonna be TJ Maxx uh, flagship in US brand with a 1,300 plus location in the US. So for Marshall, complementary of all price positioning. So for the home good, it is a brand as a home fashioning specialist driving growth. The international portfolio is going to be a winner and the home sense a TK Maxx across the Europe and Canada. Let's look at the deeper deal on global brand portfolio. The core global brand portfolio segment for 2025 and 26 is gonna be Mars X and TJ in US, which it include of the TJ Maxx and Marshall, which is over gonna be over 2,500 store, which is the store offering band, apparel, footwear, and accessory. So for home good in US, it's gonna be over 1,000 store specialized in the home fashion, decor, and furniture. For TJX, Canada are gonna be winners, Home Sense, and Marshall. So for TJX International, it's going to be TK Maxx Europe, which is going to be in Europe and Australia. So, and the Home Sense in UK and Iceland. So Sierra, it's going to be an active wear and outdoor gear store. So the key business facts about the store are the store going to be built over 5,000 locations worldwide with a long-term plan, which it's going to reach 7,000 store in the near future. So for the e-commerce, the company is really active with the site, including the tjmax.com, marshall.com, zara.com, and tkmax.com in UK, Germany, and Australia. So the strategy of the off-price is going to be a model selling in a high-quality brand name merchandise at a promise of like 20 to 60% below department store and the store price. So the merchandise is going to be mix of around 44% of clothing, footwear, 35% home products, and 21% jewelry, accessories. That is the business plan for the portfolio. So the company have strategic growth pillars. So the first one going to be the growth pillar going to start from the expander store. We're going to have targeting of the 6,300 plus store globally. Also, excuse me, for the e-commerce, company is enhancement while preserving the treasure hunts experience. So they also have the option of the online purchasing. So for the international pillars, the market will be penetration in Europe and Australia right now. And for the pillar of the category expansion, it's gonna be into the home, gonna be more into the beauty and more in the accessories to those store. We are going to take a look deeper on strategic growth pillars. So the expansion scale going to increase over 7,000 store, include the new store and renovation. So company need the plan for the opportunity of buying and which is going to use the AI automated and leverage the human expertise with AI for faster and difficult efficiency, inventory, searching, and maintain the treasure hunts appeal. So the company plan for flexible inventory model, which is gonna be quickly pivoting to customer trend and moving brand and off-price goods across the diverse portfolio of the TJX, Max, and Marshall and Home Goods. So for the digital and physically integration, so company enhancing omni-channel, it is a capability to boost the traffic and customer engagement, and it will help drive customer into the website or the store. So for the operation efficiency, the company is keeping costs low through advanced logistic and technology to maintain superior value. So we are going to talk about competitive landscape now. So the TJX market is a leader with the 54 billion revenue, and it is 4,900 plus store. So the store that is competitive with TJ Maxx now is going to be Raw Store, primarily competitor with the 20 billion revenue focus on the value. So another store is going to be a brand is going to be Burlington, which should have a growing challenger with aggressive expansion plan for the Burlington. So and also company have the traditional retailers competitive, which is those companies are struggling against all price value proposition right now. So we're gonna look in like a little bit deeper category of competitive landscape company. So the core competitive advantage is gonna be the company have dominating market position. TJ Maxx is the largest off-price of apparel and home fashion retailer in US and international so far. So company have a treasure hunt experience, frequently unpredictable inventory update, dive repeat foot traffic, and customer engagement. So we have flexible buying model, which is robust global buying organization, allow quick pivot to cap capitalize on the changing trend and inventory imbalance. Expansion strategy, company plan to expand more location in 2023, especially through Europe, Canada, and Australia. For the key competitors are like direct off-price, rival, which is going to be Ross Store, Burlington Store, and Nordstrom, or regular retail company. So the discount department store could be more like a Walmart, Target, Kohl's, various department store. And also for the value or retailer store, gonna be like we have a better competitive with the Costco, wholesale, or Dollar Tree with the price that is competitive to the TJ Maxx. So for the competitive landscape and trend risk, so because of the economic diverse, so the persistent inflation has increased customer demand of value-based shopping benefits company with all-price model. So for the e-commerce pressure, yes, company have predominating brick and mortar operation. TJX facing the pressure to grow its own online presence. So also the company needing in the inventory management, rising costs, and potential inventory sink or theft, which are going to be a challenge impact for the profitability of the company. For the market saturation, so the company continue the market continue rapid expansion, bringing risk of the store cannibalization of the TJ Maxx. So let's talk about key risks and the challenges of the company. So the supply chain disruption affecting merchandise a bit available consumer spending sensitive to the economic and downturn. So rising of the labor costs and wages pressure, it is can cause more on the disruption cost of the company. Also, e-commerce competitive from Amazon and fast fashion company. Those are the challenging for the company to come up with a better model, but it is fixable on those. So the key risk and challenging continue uh, for the company to need to look into it deeper. The supply chains and inventory management. So as a off-price retailer, TJX relies on purchasing excess inventory, the direction in the global supply chain, transportation bottlenecks, or inability to source brand name merchandise at low cost could hurt the treasure hunt experience of the company. So intense competition. So competition is facing from other off-price retail like Burlington, Ross, as well as traditional department store and e-commerce platform. Those strengthening market share, market share to the company, economic and consumer trends. So while the discount shop often thrives in downturn, high inflation, or sharp decline in consumer discretionary spending can reduce the store traffic at this point. So international trade and tariff changing in the trade policy, particularly tariff law on goods, can significantly increase sourcing costs and causes and impact the profitable of the company. So if we look in the labor and the operational costs, the rising of the wages challenging the recruiting, retaining staff for thousands of locations put the upward pressure on the operational expenses, and also cyber security and technology. So the protecting customer data and maintaining robust security IT system to prevent disruption, it is a challenge. And geographic concentration. Despite the international expansion, a significant portion of sales is still derived from U.S. Market, making it vulnerable to the regional economic shifts. So we're going to look at the investment thesis of the company right now. So if recession-resistant business model apparel across economic cycles, strong cash generation support dividends and buyback. So company have proven management team while consistent execution. So significant runway for domestic and international expansion. We're going to talk deeper on investment thesis. So the core investment strength is going to be treasure hunt experience. TJX business model relying on the rapidly changing, unpredictable assortment of name brand goods, deep discount of full price. This create a explorative shopping environment that encourage high frequent customer visit the store and during the downturn economic. So the unmatched buying scale with over 1,400 buyers sourcing from the approximately 21,000 global vendor, TJX is leverages massive economics of scale. This allows the company to acquire high quality excess inventory at the significant discount, ensuring the continued flow of the desirable merchandise that competitors struggling to match. The resilient financial performance, the company recently crossed a major milestone of surpassed 60 billion in annual sales for 2026, with expect to be increase of 5% in consolidated comparable store sales. So for a company investment thesis, continue again the growth drivers and the capital returns. The physical store expansion, managing the targeting long-term footprint. With this BDA, the focus on new store opening in Spain and further growth in Europe and Australia. So the aggressive shareholder value gonna in February 26 gonna be 30% increased. Quarterly is gonna be 48% per share. Also, it planned for the repurchasing between the 2.5 billion and 2.7 billion of its own stock in fiscal year of 2027. That is a plus. Operational efficiency, the gain in gross margin reaching 31%. It is an improved inventory sync, which have returned to pre-pandemic level, and it continue to support double-digit earning growth every year. Look in more to investment thesis. In this investment thesis, we will have to look at the significant investment risk as well. So the high valuation, the stock currently trades at approximately 34 to 36 times trailing earning, a premium that some analysts believe leave that little room for near-term upside. So a discounted cash flow analysis suggests that the current price may significantly exceed stock intrinsic value. So the macro and trade pressure. While the TJX is traditionally defensive, it faces risk from the potential tariff change and the rising labor costs. Through the management currently believe that it can offset those pressures through the sourcing the flexible and pricing power. So for the international profitability is while domestic segment like MarX show high margin of 15.5%, international store currently operate in significantly low margin of 7 to 9%, which could dilute overall earning power if it not improve during the expansion time of the company. So because of all what we talk about, like the pressure and good and bad and downturn and everything, we are going to move on to the strategic recommendation for the company. So the company really need to accelerate digital integration while maintaining store first strategy. So the e-commerce will have to ship in and make more the sell to the customer. So for the expansion of the home goods and home category to capture market share, company will need to look into that a little bit more. The company will need to pursue strategic acquisition in the under penetrated market more. So the invest term is going to be in supply chain technology for competitive advantage. So a company really need to invest in the supply chain technologies for the better of the online store and more. We are going to talk more about strategic recommendation for the TJX. So the accelerate global expansion and physical footprint is actively increased in the physical store base, targeting the underserved and rural areas while expanding in the high growth in the international markets. So company will need to implement really deep into cyber, which is procurement, integrate the AI with the experienced buyers to augment with the opportunities buying model, which is boosting inventory speed, scale, and accuracy. So company really need to enhance treasure hunts experience by continually modeling increasing the store payroll and optimizing inventory turnover to keep the shopping experience fresh. So company really need to strengthen supply chains and logistics, utilize flexible sourcing to mitigate potential tariffs and supply chain disruption. So to invest in logistics and distribution to supply rapid product turnover is just very important for company, and the company really need to look into that. So coming to the end of the presentation of the strategic planning and recommendation for the TJX company. The time is a question for you. If you have any question, just feel free to drop in. And I would like to say thank you for your time. I'm here available for your question that I will be able to answer. We also be able to put in the drop of the question, and also can email us. Thank you for your time. Bye.